What's up, everybody? I'm back with another roller coaster review, and today we're keeping going on the Hersheypark run, and we're doing Great Bear, their B&M inverted coaster that opened back in 1998 for the park. It's one of their premier roller coasters, and it's very widely regarded with a very widely acclaimed with a very unique layout and everything. So this was my third B&M invert behind Banshee and Raptor. So I will be comparing Great Bear to both of them later on in the video. But I want to give my own thoughts on it now. So let's get down to it. Great Bear was very hard to find. I don't understand what it is with all of these, like, I don't understand what it is with, like, these signs and stuff. It's like tucked away so far into the back of the park, and it just doesn't make any sense why it's so far back. And like, once you actually find it, though, there is like a nice Great Bear logo, and you kind of just walk in. There's like no like grand like entrance sort of thing, kind of like what we saw even with like Skyrush and stuff. There was kind of like a little gate. Great Bear, you kind of just like walk in. It's a little weird. Maybe it's not like that all the time, because they didn't have that long of a line when we were there. But it's cool. And then also, like, it's, compared to other coasters, like most coasters you have to walk upstairs to get to the station. With Great Bear, you kind of just are already on the same level as the station. Even as like people are on the brake run, and you're like on level with people that are on the brake run. And you don't get that with Raptor or Banshee. So it's really cool. You can interact with more people while you're in line as they come through at the end of the ride, and you're going to get a little bit closer to it. So that was really cool. Very unique. Even with like just other coasters in general, not just inverts, but other coasters, I never really saw that before. So it was cool to actually experience that. And I really liked it. So now let's talk about the layout of the ride. It is a very unique inverted layout, and that's really because of the space that they had to work with for building Great Bear. There's already a bunch of coasters in that area of the park, so they really didn't have a lot of space to work with. That means it does a lot of interacting with other coasters in the park. Super Duper Looper gets close to Skyrush a little bit. Comet. So it makes for some really cool elements. The pre-drop in particular is a really unique element. It takes a lot longer for pre-drop. It looks like it's going to be more graceful, when in fact you actually pick up some really good speed in that pre-drop before hitting the main drop. You pick up some good speed, and it can really give some good intensity as well as you fly towards the first loop of the ride. So I really like that. Was really good. And then the rest of the ride, I mean, they have one, the usual B&M invert vertical loop. All B&M inverts have one. But, the rest of the ride, you didn't see like a Cobra roll. You didn't see really a lot of other type of elements that you would normally see on a B&M invert. You get a helix, and you get some other stuff, and not like, it's not super whippy and very inverty and like trying to like throw you out of the seat or whatever. It's a little more graceful, but I mean, they still get some really good elements with the speed, and you fly through those inversions. So it definitely does still feel like a B&M invert, but just not as much as the other one. So. And it is cool, like I said, to interact with the other rides, including Super Duper Looper and all of them. And it's nice to see in both perspectives. You do one from Super Duper Looper and the other one from Great Bear. It's kind of cool to get some interaction on both ends. I thought they were both really good. You get to experience it more with Super Duper Looper because you're going slower, but with Great Bear, it's still pretty cool to see as well. So, and then I gotta say, this was a very smooth invert for a 1998 invert, so it's actually 25 years old this year. It's running really well. I didn't experience anything headbanging related. I was not really packed into the restraints either. No rattle, no vibrations, rough at any means. It was buttery smooth, and that made for a really pleasant ride experience for sure. Because I will say, Raptor is not always the smoothest ride on the planet. Banshee is pretty smooth, but you can get a little bit of headbanging and a little rough in some areas, but not like super, it's not horrible. But Great Bear, nothing, no problem at all. Super smooth the entire way through, and that was really, really good. Really, really enjoyed that. So, and that's really all the notes that I had on it. They also have a really cool, I gotta commend the staff on Great Bear, okay? They were working their ass off to make sure that the ride got dispatched as quickly as possible. They were getting people's stuff in the cubbies as quickly as they could, running through the restraints, but making sure that everybody was locked in and secured. And they were just working their tails off. I give great credit to that, because not all the staff at Hersheypark were doing that. The Great Bear ones were for sure doing that. So that was really, really, really good. I also got to commend the process of only letting a certain amount of people in the station. I hadn't really noticed that in any of the other coasters beforehand. But they stop you before you go into the station. There's some switchbacks beforehand. And you know what? I think that's a really good idea, because the line still moves pretty efficiently. They were running multiple trains, and really doing a good job of getting people on and off the ride. But it does help with clogging up in the station. Kind of removes that with the other employee there only letting a certain amount of people in. They also have seats specifically for taller or bigger individuals. I didn't need that, but my brother used it, and so I'm glad that it is nice that they take into account that as well, to allow more people to ride and more people to enjoy the experience. So commend to that as well. But that's really all for my notes. As far as it's stacking up in my B&M Invert top 3 now, because I've run 3, where would it rank? Probably 3rd. It's not bad though. This is definitely still a really, really good ride. I just think Banshee and Raptor Banshee's a really long ride with lots of great elements. Some really, really unique stuff for an invert. While Raptor is the quintessential definition of a classic invert, the whippy inversions, the speed, all that sort of stuff, the roar, and Great Bear just could not compare with that. But this ride has a really unique layout, does a great job interacting with the other rides that it's nearby, smooth, great operations, and overall just a really enjoyable experience. So my final score for Great Bear, it's going to be a 9 out of 10. I really, really liked this ride. Definitely top 5 in the park. So great job there. So but that's going to do for this review. If you have ever ridden Great Bear, I'd like to know your thoughts about it in the comments section down below. What did I miss and what should I have included? And that's going to do it for this video as well. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more Hersheypark coaster reviews. I got 8 more left to do. And also stay tuned for other much more amazing content. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.